Hey, hi everyone, this is Vinisha, and in today's video, let's try to learn about the retry count feature available in the try-catch shape. So let's try to understand what does this retry count mean and how can we set it up. So here on my screen, I have a sample process and I have a try-catch placed in front of the HTTP connector. So let me quickly show you the settings of the try-catch. So we have something called as failure trigger in try catch. This is an optional setting. So you will have this basically defines what type of errors you can capture using this try catch shape. So you can either set it to document errors or all errors, that is the process errors plus document errors. So here we have the option called the retry count. So the retry count can be set anywhere between 0 to 5. So retry count basically it is the maximum number of times a failed document can be retried through the series of shapes placed after the try catch. So if the retry count is set to 0, the failed document will not be retried. So let me set it to 1 so that we can observe the behavior. Also, please note that in the test mode, the try catch will not execute the auto retries. So to be able to observe the retry count behavior, you will have to deploy your process and then execute it from the process report. So let me click on save. So let me just execute this process and walk you through the process design once. So here, if you observe, the process is failing at the HTTP connector shape. Before that, let me show you. So I have designed this process in such a way that I'm sending 2 documents to this HTTP connector. One of them is a valid document, which will pass to the HTTP connector. So the second document is an invalid document. I've just simulated it so that the connector would fail and the process would go to the catch path. So let me quickly show you. After the notify shape, we are getting 1 document. So this is a successful one. So this is the response from my endpoint, and we can as well see the logs. So I have just captured the application status code in the try path using this notify shape. And in the catch path, I am trying to capture the try catch error message using the metadata property, the try catch base property. So as I said earlier, we will not be able to observe the retry count behavior in the test mode. So let me quickly deploy this process and let's execute it from the process reporting. So I'm deploying it to my test environment. So let's go to the process reporting. And test that in cloud. Let me filter my process. Let me execute it. Just give it for the So the process is now successfully completed. As you see, this is the process which I've triggered. So I am making a listener call using the HTTP client. So this is the subsequent listener process which got triggered successfully. So let me quickly show you the process logs. Let me extract this document. So this is the process log, and so the easy way to identify as to how the retry is working, we can just view the HTTP client connector calls. So when the process started after the split and try catch, the HTTP connector executed with two documents, out of which one document failed with this 404 error, and the other one document succeeded with 200 OK code. So that is what we are seeing from the notify. So this is the try path. And so the failed document will be retried as we have set the retry count to 1. So this is the respective log. So here, this is the retry execution. And as part of the retry, the HTTP connector is once again invoked with the failed document. But even in the after the retry, the connector, the connection failed, and it went to the flow went to the catch path. So in the catch path, we are trying to capture the try catch message. So that is what you see here. So also note that the retry count option, it will be paused between retries. What do I mean by that is, if you set the retry count to 1, the failed document will be immediately retried. The process doesn't wait for the retry. Whereas if you set the retry count to 2, that is, if the document is failing for the second time, the process will wait for 10 seconds and then retry the document. So this is this will be useful in scenarios where you are observing any intermittent connections with your intermittent issues with your connections in your process. So let's say your endpoint is down due to some network issue, and it comes back up within let's say 10 to 15 seconds. So with the retry count being paused, the retries will not be occurring one after the other. Rather, the process would wait for a certain amount of time and then retry. So this is how the retry count option behaves. And I hope this information helps, and thank you for watching.